Hare Krishna and welcome once again to the Srimad Narayaneeyam sessions. Today we'll do Dasakam 51, chapter 51 of the Srimad Narayaneeyam, which is about the slaying of the demon Aghasura. Now this chapter corresponds to Canto 10, chapter 12 and chapter 13, the first 11 verses. The first 11 verses of chapter 13 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, Canto 10, chapter 12 and Canto 10, chapter 13, verses 1 to 11 of the Srimad Bhagavatam. All right. So let's read the first shloka and start. Kadachana vrajashishubhis samam bhavan vanashane vihitamati pragetaram samavruto bahutara valsamandalai satemanair niragamadisha jemane. So here the poet Sri Melpattur Narayana Bhattatripad starts by saying, O Lord, once thou decided to have a picnic in the woods, and along with thy friends, the cowherd boys, and surrounded by a large herd of calves, thou set out early in the morning into the woods. And thou also took along eatables like cooked rice and other delicacies. Okay. So now the Lord has planned for a picnic. Whatever the Lord does, there is a reason behind it. Let's see what it is. Yeah. So now when the Lord set out for the woods from his lotus feet, when Krishna set out for the woods from his lotus feet, dust arose. The dust which sanctifies all the three worlds. Okay. Now the great sages received this dust on their bodies with great joy, and they feasted their eyes on the Lord's personal form. Okay. Now, as Krishna and his friends, the cowherd friends, were leading the cattle to graze, suddenly there appeared a very terrifying demon, Aghasura, in the form of a python. Okay. And he had an evil intention. With an evil intention, he blocked the way of the Gopas. Now Krishna had walked a little ahead. Okay, now the other cowherd boys mistook the huge body of the python for a mountain and the wide open mouth of the python for a cave. Now in their eagerness to explore the woods, they entered the python's mouth and reached its belly. And they were feeling very hot and suffocating inside the snake's belly. Now Krishna saw this. He turned around and saw this, and immediately he too entered the python's mouth to rescue his friends. And as soon as Krishna reached the throat cavity of the python, Krishna started to increase the size of his body, thus obstructing the python's breath and causing it to suffocate. Okay, now the snake, the python, started to wriggle in pain. Krishna immediately cut off the neck portion of the snake and released his friends, the Gopas. Okay, now at that time, a great brilliance emerged from the body of this Asura and rose up to the sky and waited there. As soon as Krishna jumped out of the python's body, this brilliance came down and merged with the body of Krishna. That's what, even if somebody is killed by Krishna, that person gets liberated. Okay, now this Asura was liberated. Okay, now Brahma and the other gods, the Devas, watching this pastime of the Lord from the skies, started dancing and singing. Okay, now then the boys, along with Krishna, they walked into the woods to celebrate the food festival, their picnic lunch. That's what they came for, right? Now the horn and the flute were tucked in Krishna's waistband, and holding a ball of rice in his hand, Krishna started to talk humorously to his friends, and they all started laughing, and they all enjoyed this meal. And Krishna also took his meal. So when the Lord had his lunch, the Devas who had assembled in the skies started singing hymns in praise of the Lord, saying that this meal taken with the Gopas gave Krishna more pleasure than the sacrificial offerings made by the Devas. That's what Krishna enjoys, loving devotional service or prema bhakti more than rigorous rituals and sacrifices. Okay, so he had a nice time with his friends and he happily enjoyed the picnic lunch. Okay, and as usual, the poet Srimelpattur Narayana Bhattatripad winds up this chapter saying, "O Lord who resides here in Guruvayur, please save me from my ailments." Okay. Now, the next chapter, chapter 52, is about Brahma stealing the calves from Krishna. Okay, we'll see that very soon. We'll stop here for the time being. Thank you for watching. Hare Krishna.